Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I think there might have been a bit of a technical hiccup there. Apologies for that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Eugene.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Just moved to my new place, so this is my Virgin studio. So let's see how that goes. How's the background sound? Is it too much, or is there an echo or anything like that?
That's right.
I think it's okay.
I think it's good.
All right.
I don't think there's any problems there.
Some adjustments here and there.
So, how is the new place? You like it?
It's big, right? I've got my own room as a studio, so it's a 4-room apartment kind of style. So it's okay. It's okay. But of course, you see my walls are all bare at the back, so sooner or later I'll have to decorate it up.
Give it time.
I do have a Goofy in the back there. You can see that, right?
I got Goofy in the background on mine, so you can see that. So.
Yeah. Where's the Christmas decoration? It's all gone.
Yeah, unfortunately, we had to take those down. I'd love to have them up all year round, but yeah, that doesn't really work. Simon, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I haven't got a Virgin studio, unfortunately, like Eugene, but apart from that, I'm all right.
This is not YouTube. This is not you, porn, mate. Whatever.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Or OnlyFans. Yeah, because it's a nice calm weather at the moment in Teesside, and we're just bracing ourselves for Storm Isha hitting tonight, a 4th named storm in about as many months. So
yeah.
So you're having a wet and cold winter in London now.
Snow as well, but Simon's not in London. He's in the northeast.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be snowing there.
Yeah, we've had snow over here. I've had an interesting week at work with all of the heating breaking down, and you can imagine I've got about 100 people working in the warehouse, so I got a lot of complaints, and this week has been an absolute nightmare. So,
of course, it's all your fault.
Of course, yeah. I've been there 4 months, so everything's my fault. Yeah, no one else who's been there longer, it's not their fault at all. No.
Jens, I told you, right? You have to put the coal into the burner. That's where you get your heating from.
I wish I'd know how to do that. With these machines, I haven't got a clue. Seriously, it's unbelievable. But yeah. So what can you say? And unfortunately, no football this week.
I've been following the Asian Cup.
Me too. And the AFCON as well, yeah.
Okay.
There's some football there. Saw Senegal beat, what was that team? I can't remember. Senegal beat somebody. And of course, I'm from Malaysia, right? I've been watching Malaysia getting trashed by most of probably everybody. Yeah, and most probably I'll be doing watch along on this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Malaysian time, where South Korea is meeting Malaysia. I want to see Son. Yeah, let's see where the Son.
Did you watch the Jordan game?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God,
when it went up to 2-0, I just switched off the TV and I went and watched Barry.
Who?
Who? Barry.
Barry who?
He doesn't know who's Barry. Oh, you better Google it.
You're watching Gavin and Stacey?
I tell you what, I felt it's really weird watching South Korea, especially against Jordan, because I felt really sorry for Son because he was trying everything in all the tricks in the book to try and set people up because he wasn't up front on his own or anything, and to try and set people up for goals. And Korea are just crap in a minute. They just are. And
I know.
It's really they were played so poorly.
I know. It's like you have one world-class player, right? Plus a couple of average players, and the rest of them are crap.
The rest of them are from like League One or something.
Two world-class players. You got Kim Jae and Son Min, right? And then a couple of them like Lee Hwang In and all that is quite okay.
Yeah. What about the defender? What about the central defender who we were linked with?
Kim Jae. Yeah, Kim Jae.
Kim Jae. Okay. Yeah.
He scored an own goal.
Causing fouls all over the place and getting himself booked.
Seriously. Against Jordan. that well-known footballing powerhouse, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan smashed Malaysia 3-0, so don't laugh at Jordan.
Sorry. But then again, I mean, most of the footballers in the 90s knew a girl called Jordan in the United Kingdom. Especially Jermaine Defoe, Dwight Gork, Andy Cole. Yeah, that was...
Wasn't her name actually Katie?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, Katie Price, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Anyway, that's a really interesting start to the show.
I recommend everybody watch both AFCON for our guys. So we've got 3 players in there, and the Asian Cup as well. Because like the crowd, especially at AFCON, and also I think in the Asian Cup as well, they're all kind of mingled in together. It's a proper party atmosphere. Everybody's just having a good time. It just looks great. It's so nice to watch, and especially with the Jordan match, because it was in obviously Qatar, and 99% of obviously Jordanian fans. It's just incredible atmosphere. But you kind of like stress, especially obviously as a Spurs fan, because you want Son to do well, but at the same time, we want him back. So you kind of don't want Korea to do well. So just like...
But you're saying that the Asia Cup's in Qatar?
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're watching that, Simon?
Well, yeah, I didn't realise until... I genuinely didn't realise. I spent the whole of the first half wondering how on earth Jordan is in the Asia Cup. And then I saw, it wasn't until I saw across the top of the screen, like where the score is, I was like, oh shit, it's in Qatar.
Simon's not a big fan of Qatar. So.
Simon, I'm imagining how's Malaysia in the Asian Cup, you get what I'm saying? But I think they expanded it, right, from I think 12 teams to 24 teams. So it opened up a whole new, scope, right? Don't forget, guys, the next World Cup, 2026, right? It's going to turn out to be a 40-team cup. So, you never know. Malaysia might end up in the World Cup too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't understand how is a team like Jordan, and I think Palestine is in the Asia Cup, but Kazakhstan, which is closer to Asia, isn't?
No. Kazakhstan belongs to Europe.
Yeah.
No, but how does it belong to Europe? Because, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Russia doesn't really belong to Europe. Kazakhstan and all of the other ones, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan,
Kyrgyzstan, all the stans, right, are all in Asia, except for Kazakhstan.
Oh, okay.
And Russia. Yeah.
Okay.
And Ukraine.
It's bizarre.
And Georgia.
The other thing as well with the AFCON, the African Cup of Nations, and I don't know if you guys have been following that, but my God, why didn't we should get Basuma back like on a plane straight away? Because like they've just played last night, but a match before that, he brought him off as sub. He's easily the best player, and he took him off. And then a match last night, he's playing for Mali, but they're playing. Can't remember who they're playing. So in terms of quality of football, it's pretty dire. But he wasn't even starting. They brought him on with like 6 minutes to go. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I can only imagine that because it's the group stages. He's thinking, right, I want to save my best players for the knockout stages. But it's just, I mean, he's not, and because of that, you could just see it in his body language, in his face, and everything when he's waiting to come on. He's not happy. He's just not happy.
What am I doing here, right? But I think, Simon, what you're saying is correct. Because Mali won their first match, right? More or less, they're going to qualify for the next round because, the best, I think 2 or 3 of the best third teams get through or something like that. So,
really?
Because it's out of the 24 nations, you see, so there's a bit weird kind of scenario going on there. The same with the Asian Cup. If you win one game, right, you're more or less having a very good chance to get in the next round. So, I don't know. I saw the Vietnam versus Indonesia game, right? Because Vietnam and Indonesia is from Southeast Asia. How would you say? If one of the country wins, right, they have a good chance to enter the next round. So somebody had to lose. So Indonesia won 1-0. But to tell the truth, Vietnam looks a very much better football team, but somehow the Indonesia won. So.
Oh, really? Okay. But we have today from 3:30. Oman versus Thailand. How is Oman in Asia?
And
Kazakhstan versus Saudi Arabia. How is Saudi Arabia in Asia?
Well, because it's in Qatar.
Hold on, guys. Saudi Arabia in Asia is a powerhouse, right? They're one of the favorites to win. Saudi, Saudi, South Korea, Japan, right, and Australia.
But how are they in?
And of course,
they're not in Asia, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Saudi Arabia is a different kettle of fish because they're so corrupt, and they'll just get a fix.
Hold on. Part of the Middle East is part of Asia. That's the thing. That's why all of these countries are in the Asian Cup. Because the Middle East, they are considered the West Asians. For us, we are the East Asians, right? So, but we're in the South with the Southeast Asia. Yeah. So that's how they count it, right?
So talk to me about Palestine then.
And
if Israel is in the European, I know it's political, but if Israel's in the European Cup, how is Palestine in the Asian Cup? Would you say that Israel or Palestine are in Asia?
It should be, right? It should be. If you follow as the demographic, guys, Australia is supposed to be in Oceania.
Yeah.
Remember?
Are they in the Asian Cup as well?
Yeah. Because they joined.
But then from a geography point of view, you've got Australasia, which includes Australia and a few of the surrounding islands, and New Zealand and stuff like that. So
that's why now I think even New Zealand's trying to get into Asia because there are more berths in the Asian qualifiers. So that's why Australia joined the Asian Federation and left the Oceania. Because the Oceania Federation only has half a berth, and they have to play South American team to
fair enough.
So that's how it happens. So I don't know. For all you know, you might find Fiji getting into the World Cup if New Zealand leaves for Asia.
Do you know? I think it's the same people organising all this as the same people doing the Eurovision Song Contest. Basically, that's what it is. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you know, right? Next year, China will be in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
They're pretty good, I think. I've heard it.
Saudi Arabia will be, for sure.
And Saudi Arabia will win, right? Yeah. And then 2026, right? Saudi Arabia will move to Europe.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the subject of the African and Asian Cup, Pat Mate Sarr got a
scored, didn't he?
No, he got an assist yesterday, and Senegal have qualified, which I'm a little bit upset about. But
they all qualify. All our players will qualify.
Which channel were you watching it on, Simon?
Oh well, I've got a stream.
Okay. Cool.
So
we have to catch it on beIN. Yeah.
Right.
You have beIN Sports. It's on beIN Sports.
Okay. Cool. Right. So let's get back.
But for the Asian Cup, right? Our own service cable provider is doing it on their own. So I'm not sure whether you're catching it from us as well.
Nice. Okay. Right. So let's go back to the match last week. Last Sunday, Man United versus Spurs. So, lineup: Vicario, Porro, VDV, lovely to see him back. Romero, lovely to see him back. Udogie, Skip, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Johnson, Werner, and Richie. I have to say I was quite surprised at that lineup. Playing three in midfield and three forwards. What do you think, guys? Simon?
Well, everybody's been moaning the Skip and Højbjerg partnership there, but you know what they're good at is not playing the Andre, but what they're good at is holding up like the midfield there, and if they stop the attacks, they just basically slow everything down, which is what we want. Because when you look at likes of Fernandes and stuff like that, they rely on that last third of the field burst, don't they? When they're running through, and I guess they were there to stop that, and they did an all right job. You know, they do what they do. I think Skippy did better than Højbjerg. Well, Van der Ven, Mickey just looked like he's never been off, didn't he? He looked straight into it, straight up to pace. Maybe a couple of seconds off the pace, maybe, but he looked fantastic. It was so good to see him and Romero back where they should be. Bentancur was just absolutely fantastic. Second to Porro for man of the match, I think. And we've got such an
ruined it. We had that later.
Sorry. Yeah. And we obviously we've got still about half a dozen players that would normally have started that game out at the moment with the combination of injuries and obviously international duties. So I think it's the best that we could have come up with. I think.
Yeah, but I was quite surprised seeing Romero and VDV together. Right, that was my surprise. I did expect Werner to start. Right, so because he had, I mean, with the attacking options that we don't have at the moment, so at least we brought him in. For me, the game, I don't know, Manchester United looks a bit off at the moment. We should have actually, I mean, if we had an actual goal scorer, most probably we would have won easily by 2 goals or something. Right, we dominated the game. Right, they got their 2 goals from 2 shots at goals. So it could have been, it could have been better.
Could have been better, could have been worse. I
don't think it would have been worse. I don't think we would have lost that game, right? So that's how I see it. With VDV back and Romero, I think the first half they were a bit rusty, right? So getting back into gear, that's how they were caught off for the 2 goals. But once they got back into gear, we dominated most of the game, right? We showed the intention. To tell the truth, I'm surprised with the Manchester United players is they don't look like they're actually playing for the badge at the moment. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Manchester United is turning to the old Spurs or some shit like that. So it's up to them. So.
Well, I have to say, I thought that our performance wasn't great, and I was surprised that Man United didn't win that. That was on the day, but when I look back, we did have a lot of chances. I thought that our VDV and Romero. VDV was, he looked like he'd never been away, but he did lack a little bit of pace, I thought. Romero looked good. Bentancur, absolutely brilliant. But I was quite surprised to see Werner start. And I want to talk about that, the debut lads. I thought that he was really, really lively. And it was a lovely assist for it was Richie, wasn't it? That was an absolutely brilliant header. But
he had a couple of chances to put more goals into it, right? But
I
was giving him a chance, right? I'm saying if he screws up 3 or 4 times, right?
First game, give him more of a chance.
It's his first game, but But the thing is that I want to see him score. So at least it brings him some confidence. But I'm going to give him 3 games, But the sad part is
3 games. Come on, give him 6 months, man. Seriously, he's just coming to a new team or a season. You've got to give him a season.
He's on loan for 6 months.
I've got to say, I agree with you, Jim. I'm normally, like you say, Jim, give him a few months to settle in. But based on what we saw against Man United, I think he's straight in, isn't he? Looks really comfortable.
Yeah, but still, you've got to give him a chance. And if he doesn't play well, then I think you need to give him at least a season.
Oh, yeah.
That depends on how long he stays. But I don't think you can judge someone after 3 games.
No. Not a new signing. No.
Unless they score own goals in each of the 3 games, and then So it was. I was very disappointed. Going back a little bit, that we conceded in 3 minutes. That was I don't know if you can blame Udogie for that. Maybe it kind of deflected off him, didn't it? So
but that's the thing. Like, he's been tracked. Like, everything was normal from our point of view, and we did everything we should have done. I think it's just that they found nobody's expected him to find that gap that big, in that side of the goal. Do you know what I mean? It was an unexpected shot.
Yeah.
And what you got to remember is, like, Man United, first of all, they're at home. Secondly, they're playing for their careers here. Do you know what I mean? Like, God knows what's going to happen with the new ownership. The whole club's in turmoil. I don't know if you saw it when you're watching it live, but some of these subs that are on the bench, they're not sitting on the bench. They're sitting on the bloody concrete steps because there are no seats. The whole stadium's in a whole load of crap.
Yeah.
The fans' concourse and everything is terrible. The whole place is a mess. And as a player, you've got to be thinking, well, new owners coming in, maybe they're coming in, maybe they're not. He's got minority stake, this new guy, what's going to happen? You think, I could be out of the door here, so I've got to make myself sellable. So every single home game, especially home games, you're like, right, I'm just going to fucking take the not even a half chance. I'm going to take a quarter chance and just hit it and try and sell myself if I'm getting out of here. Or if I'm not being sold, then, to keep my place, so they're in desperation times, that man. Or what I should say is what I heard during the Mali game yesterday, one of the commentators said, doing it out of desperacy. So that's why.
Did he actually take any English lessons?
It's a good effort, but desperacy is my new favourite word, I think. I thought it's fantastic. Desperacy. Not desperation anymore.
Desperacy.
Being replaced with desperacy. So,
Simon, don't laugh at it. Jens, don't laugh at it. Within 2 or 3 years, right, it'll be incalculable into the Oxford Dictionary.
It wouldn't surprise me. Just like in it, bruv.
Yeah.
What's up?
What the?
And that's why I predicted last week on the pod and predicted 4-2, because I knew that they would be desperate to score at least one. But I knew that we would dominate them, and we dominated them. Like, even when they tried to play out from the back, from their defence, Bentancur was there nicking the ball off them, intercepting everything. Even Skippy was having a whale of a time, intercepting and stuff, and his through ball and everything. It's just we thrashed him in terms of performance. It's just that we haven't got anyone who's got that striker's instinct to whack it in the back of the net. Well, we have with obviously Werner, but he's doing kind of like a Perisic role, really, wasn't he? He's like streaming down there and getting them in more than having a go on goal.
Well, I have to apologise. It was actually Pedro Porro who did the assist for Richie's goal. For Richie's, yes. It was Werner who did the assist for Bentancur's goal. That was another extremely cool finish from, I think, who's one of our most important players when he's around. Bentancur is just, he's someone to purr over, isn't he?
Yeah. It makes it look so easy.
He does, yeah. Who would you compare him to, Eugene, of Spurs players past?
To tell the truth, right, at this moment, I don't want to compare him to anyone, right? Because if you're going to compare him to one of our Spurs greats, right, who have won trophies and all that, right, I'm not going to go down that road at the moment. Bentancur. The only problem,
I'm talking about his style of play. I'm not talking about what he's won.
Style of play. At this moment, I don't see him near the Eriksen creativity kind of style. I will go more of. I mean, he's not up to the Hoddle standard, right?
No, definitely not.
And you can't say he's up to the Gaza standard. You get what I'm saying? He's way from that, right? Mm-hmm. But if you want to go a bit more lower level, you can't even compare him to. I don't know. At this moment, I think I can't even identify who to compare him to. He can't even remind me of somebody. Oh, maybe Chrissy Waddle.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think he plays a little bit more inside than Chris Waddle. But what we discussed a while ago, we thought that he looks a little bit like Dembele because he doesn't.
He's not as strong as Dembele. You get what I'm saying? He's not as strong as Dembele. He's not as strong as Dembele, and he loses the ball.
He scores more goals than Dembele as well. But just in regards to his retention of the ball, I mean, Dembele, you couldn't get the ball off him.
Yeah, Bentancur still has this knack of losing the ball once in a while. You get what I'm saying?
Sorry?
And Bentancur loses the ball once in a while. He's a bit off once in a while, yeah. But when Dembele is there, right, he's like, I've got it, man. You're going to get me. You get what I'm saying? So,
no, I'm not saying that he's exactly like him. I'm just saying that he reminds me a little bit of him. If he can be as good as Dembele in regards to retaining the ball and also pass the ball forward, because, as much as I love Musa, he used to pass the ball back or sideways a lot.
I think he's got a combination. I think he's got the feet of Dembele and the presence of mind of Sheringham. In terms of creativity.
That's an interesting.
He's got that kind of like eye of the storm thing where it's like, as soon as he gets the ball, it's like, don't worry, everybody, I got this. Watch this, and plays these amazing balls through or scores or what have you. And he looks like the Lord of the Manor when he's got the ball. He looks like I'm in command of this entire fucking midfield, and that's exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. With him and Madders in the middle there. Jesus,
that's interesting. And from what I've heard, is that Maddison's actually back for the next game.
I've heard that too for Friday.
So, Friday. I'm dreading Friday.
You're what? Sorry.
I'm dreading Friday at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really sure about that either, but we should see.
Yeah, because somehow or another, I feel M City all of a sudden it's like they're turning it around. They're getting back into their groove, right? With KDB back and all that. So, if we do beat them,
don't forget it's us. Don't forget it's us. They don't like playing us. They really don't like playing us.
So we play at home?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll win that. It's the FA Cup. We're going to win the FA Cup.
It's not the FA Cup anymore. It's the SimonSays Cup.
It's mine. I'm precious.
Okay, then, guys. Sorry, we didn't even talk about Dragusin. I thought he looked pretty decent when he came on. Yeah, it was only 5 minutes, and I know maybe I'm clutching at straws. The guy is 21 years old. Yeah, okay, he's played in Italy, but I'm not sure he's going to step into the Premiership like Van der Ven did, because I don't think he's going to get the chance to.
Yeah, but guys, I'm going to be surprised. Dragusin looks very forward. You know, I see him very progressively forward. I mean, in the other day, if something happens into the midfield, he might even can come in to be a CDM, a holding.
Yeah.
You know,
we don't play with CDMs though anymore. That's the.
We don't play CDMs. Yeah. Maybe we need one. Yeah, I know, but. But he looks very forward. He looks very. I mean, he because I think maybe by the time he came on, Royale was on and all that. So. Yeah. We had a lot of defensive players there. So.
And I do like all the stuff that's come out about him in the press. About how he wanted to. I know it may be press talk and stuff like that, but he seems to be a hard worker. He looks like he really wants it, and to have 3 decent central defenders, I think it's very important.
Yeah,
we haven't had that in a very long time. Yes.
Exactly. We saw what happened against Chelsea.
Yeah.
When we lost Van der Ven, and then Romero got sent off, and then who have you got? You got Davis, and you've got Royal. Now, obviously, that is not something that happens often, but when you lose your 2 first central defenders, you need at least one quality one to step in, I think. And Ben Davis, and I think Ben Davis has played really well, and I don't want to hear any of your slagging off of Ben Davis. But no, I thought he actually did pretty well while the other 2 were out. And I think you do need 3 decent central defenders if you want to put in a top 4. I'm not talking about the title because that's not going to happen, but a top 4.
I do
challenge.
I don't see any reason why the title wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
you know, when you look at what's coming up and who we've got coming back over the next month, less than that, then you know this time next month we're going to be looking amazing. I don't see anybody in that top 4 that can beat us.
Have you seen the last 5 games that we have? I think it's Arsenal at home, Man City away, Liverpool at home. We've got, and I think Chelsea as well. That is the Premier League. David Dean has been like, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think they've got a decent manager now. Give them some really tough games at the end of the season.
Well, yeah, but then we're going to be in the strongest position at that point in terms of players. So,
well, let's hope so. Yeah.
But don't forget, right? When you say like that, right? you'll be saying if Liverpool goes deep into the Europa, is it Liverpool? Sorry, in the Champions League. If Liverpool, Arsenal, Liverpool, Arsenal, and M City go deep into the Champions League, right? That will be our trip up, right? They'll be playing like 2 games a week. We'll be playing 1. So
yeah.
And like what Simon says, that if
it's advantage all the way through.
And if we have enough players to rotate to keep our levels at the levels that Ange wants them, I guess we will give it a push. You see, that's how I see it. I guess we'll give it a push. I
love your optimism. I really do. I used to be really optimistic, and then I can't remember why. Oh yeah, Mourinho.
So I used to be very optimistic, right? Levy came along. So.
Oh come on, mate! That was years ago. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, but it looked kind of okay. What was it? 2008. We thought we were going to go for it, but Tottenham 1882. Smash a like and subscribe. Thank you very much, mate. I believe it's your first time to the channel. Cheers. If you want to jump on, I can put on the link. So let's go back to man of the match. Who did you think? We haven't actually spoken about him yet. Well, Simon mentioned him briefly. What I thought, but I'm going to go first. It was definitely Porro again.
Not surprisingly.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he just seems to be getting better every single match. I don't know if you heard, Eugene, but me and Simon had a bet at the start of the season that I thought that Royale would start more games than Porro. And,
Chicken Royale?
Yeah, I did. No, I thought he might be wanting to play a little bit more defensive, on that right side.
Defensive?
Yeah, but Simon's won that hands down, and I think I need to buy him a Twix or something like that, or I can't remember. Was it a Rocky bar or something like that?
Okay. The Kit Kat will do for me, mate.
just the double one or the quadruple one. I'm not sure.
Quadruple one? Come on.
Wait. And it has to be chunky, Don't forget.
Yeah, chunky Kit Kat.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Wait,
I'm not made of money.
I'm not a cheap slut, Despite what it says on that website.
I never said a word. Hey, Simon, you're man of the match, mate.
Oh, definitely Porro. I mean, I know I'm biased because he's been my favourite player all throughout the season. But he's everywhere. He provides the assists. He takes great corners and free kicks. He can have a shot from anywhere. If he loses a ball, I think about probably twice on average per game I've been watching, he'll lose a ball. He goes after them like a bloody Doberman and gets the ball back, and he's just phenomenal. And he can if FIFA decided that they wanted to make games 180 minutes instead of 90, he would still be going at the end of the 180 minutes. He's fucking the most complete Spurs player for me. And God, I wish we could just extend his contract to 2038 or something like that.
No, Simon. I wish we had a Porro on the left, a Porro on the right, Porro on the center.
Yeah.
But that's true, right? Yeah, Porro has more or less been the surprising because change, right? A lot of us last season wrote him off because we said he's good going forward but can't defend. But I think under the Ange tutelage, he has improved a lot on his defensive work, right? And he's been performing very well. I think he's stepped up since the few of the other players who's gone off onto either injured or their international duties and all that. Like what you've been saying, Simon, he's been the provider, he's been the defender, and then he chases back whenever he loses the ball. So that's the type of players we really need, right, to actually go forward to win something. Because at the end of the day, it's the mentality and the determination, right, to achieve something. So at the moment, I've always been saying, right, give all the free kicks to Porro. He should be in charge of that, right? Ever since last season, we know when Harry Kane was, been taking all the free kicks. So, but at this moment in time, man of match, I guess Porro should deserve it. But one thing he still lacks is that the goals. I want him to score more goals.
You didn't see his screamer in the FA Cup then?
No, but that's one. That was the screamer in the FA Cup. But guys, don't forget, right? That screamer came in like the 70th or 80th minute, right? So it took us quite a long time to get there. So
I think it's asking. I think it's asking too much with what else he does. It's like saying that you expect Udogie to score more goals. I think they work so hard. Those two.
I understand, but because Poro's so advanced and he takes most of the free kicks, right? So the chances are there for him to score more goals. If he perfects that free kick thing, right, he will remind me of players like Crancha. When the guy steps up, like Ericsson, when he steps up, right, it's going to hit the back of the net.
Well, at the start of his career,
I haven't had a feeling from a Spurs player for a very long time that gives me the feeling. When Hoddle used to step up, when Gascoigne used to step up, all right, we've got like 90% chance of going behind the net. You get what I'm saying?
And you watch his face as well when he's waiting to take the free kick. It's just pure focus and concentration and just like determination. And you think, fuck me, this is always either going to blast the goalkeeper into the back of the net or it's going to go end up in a car park. Do you know what I mean?
It's going to knock someone out in Rose End.
Yeah. But with his goal, I don't know if you noticed with his goal, because I watched it over and over and over again. When he actually first collects the ball and he surges forward, what he's looking to do is to provide an assist for someone. Yep. But you can see him look, and there's no options. There's just no options for him. So he thinks
he's got a chance.
If you guys can't do your job, not in fact you're not good enough, but if you're not available for whatever reason, I'm the option that will, like Big Ange said, needed something special. And he's always got that attitude, whether it's in the 4th minute or a 4th minute. Like, I will provide that something special if needed. If all else fails, kind of thing. And that's that makes him the perfect player for us. God forbid. Can you imagine playing against him? You just, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I think, can you imagine playing against our two wing backs? Well, inverted wing backs, because you think that they're going to go out. Yeah, and I would have thought that teams would have figured this out, but when they come into the central midfield, it's like, what the fuck? We got to play against 4 central midfielders now, and
it just causes massive disarray, doesn't it? And it's exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. And don't forget, anybody can score now. You just don't know which one of our players is going to score if you're the opposition, and it's terrifying, really. Which is great.
It is. Right, chaps. Seeing as it's silly season at the moment, thought I'd talk about the transfer rumours that are coming in. This is a new one. There's a few new ones. It's Itakura, who is a centre-back and defensive midfielder from Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, I know, but I thought it was funny to put what's names.
Sorry.
Japanese international. 26 years old, which I'm not really sure ties in with what Ange is doing at the moment. Started out at Kawasaki Frontale, which, funnily enough, was my ex-missus's team when I went out with a Japanese girl. And then he moved to Manchester City 2019 for 3 years. Went out on loan to Groningen and Schalke, and now is permanent Mönchengladbach. He's played 22 times for Japan. He's 6'2", which is unusual for a Japanese player. Anyone know anything about him?
Not at all. Not at all. First time hearing, to be honest. We do need, obviously, depth, so maybe that's where that's coming from. But again, being just a rumor, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Itakura, I guess he should be at the Asian Cup at this moment in time.
Right? Yeah, well, yeah. That's
We're gonna look him up and see what happens.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Like I keep telling you guys, right? Being a Spurs fan, transfer rumors and all that, it's just all for show and talk, right? So
yeah, but I think it's fun. I just like it.
Yeah,
I
think I said last night.
Yeah.
Don't take any notice of them, but I've been doing my own work this week. Sorry, Eugene, go on.
But it would be not surprising if he does come in and join us, right? Because I don't think he'll be that expensive, right? It will fall into the bracket of, being a Spurs fan. So, and if Ange needs another centre back, maybe. Yeah. Since we really got Dragos in, right? So I don't know why we're still focusing on that. So.
Yeah, but if you're Big Ange, you're thinking, right, I never want another start to the season like this one because it's been a nightmare. So you think, let's just fill all those roles with as much depth of them as we can, with players that we can pay to just be coming on in the 76th minute or whatever each game. Especially when he's probably thinking ahead. If Itakura is coming in, he's probably thinking ahead, thinking, we've got it fairly good this season when the players come back. So we're not in Europe. Next season, we're going to be in Europe. We need backup players for every single position, and I want at least 2 for each position. You know what I mean? That's the ideal thing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Well, that would be
That'll
nice.
be a good thing. It'll be a good thing, right? This more or less be the first time that we are being proactive than reactive. So and the surprising thing is it's the January transfer window, right? Being a Spurs fan, usually we don't get that many players in at all, and not at this early stage. So if we are still going after players, it'll be good for us in the long term, like what Simon's been saying, right? Building up the squad. Because don't forget, guys, we still have to get rid of a shitload of players. We've got all these players hanging on to us.
Yeah.
So
that's been happening as well. Yeah.
I think we've been doing pretty well. We've discussed some of the players who've left already, and we're going to talk about a few of the players who've left this week as well in a minute. So, but I think it's going quite well. Next up, Ricardo. Sorry.
But yes, I think this is the time where Ange is just putting the signal out there that you guys, that we are bringing the new players in, that you guys aren't wanted anymore. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, from what I'm seeing, it does seem like he has, well, maybe him and Lange, and I don't know if Paratici is still working for us. That's still, But these guys seem to have a lot more control of what is coming in and what is going out. I think we're losing some money on some of the people who are going out, and that I think that's positive. You make a mistake, a player doesn't fit in, just a minute, Eugene. A player doesn't fit in, then you loan him out or you let him go for a little bit less. You get him out of the team. Whereas Levy was always like, maybe next season we'll get more money for him. That's the impression I always got. So it seems that he's like actually taken a step back and realised that he's not this magical football money man, that there are people who know an awful lot more about him, which is not difficult, an awful lot more about football than he does. And he's stepped back and they're actually, doing their job. What do you think?
What I think, right, Jens, at the moment is that I think he has not actually stepped back, right? He has stepped back on the part where the players being picked.
Okay.
Right? Don't forget, the Dragosin deal, right? Lange or whatever, and Levy was negotiating until 3 a.m. in the morning. So when I heard that Levy is still negotiating, right? So it still goes.
It would have been till 5 o'clock in the morning if Levy was.
No. It was supposed to end at 12 a.m. That's why Levy was there. It extended to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Levy did say a while ago that he's going to step back and.
But he said that for a while, hasn't he? That's the thing. We're never sure when to believe it.
And now it looks like he's doing it. Thank fuck for that.
Yeah. So the next guy who's been linked as well, Riccardo Calafiore, which I would have thought is probably something to do with the Don Paratici. 21 years old, plays for Bologna. Started out at Roma as a youth player. Was on loan to Genoa, then went to Basel. between 2022 and 2023. Now he's at Bologna. Now this is quite interesting. He plays centre back, but he can also play left back and left wing back. Apparently, he's very strong. Again, I have not seen him play.
Yeah, but this rumor might be coming around again because Perisic has just gone, hasn't he? So, again, that whole depth thing. I think we do all right on the left there. I know we favoured on the right again. Corey's there, but
maybe he's part of the parcel of Ben Davies going out sooner or later.
Yeah. But that's the thing we do. I mean, when we lose a Dogie, we lose that left-hand side, don't we? Because Ben Davies can't play like a Dogie. Yeah. So it would be nice, I think, to get someone in young who could maybe be trained. 21 years old. Yeah. That would, Again, as we do always on RickyVillaTV, we know nothing about the players that we talk about.
Yes. But all we know is we are linked to him, right? And
exactly. So he must be brilliant. I watched him for 5 minutes on YouTube. He's going to be the next world beater. And last but not least, the most linked player that I've seen this week is Nusa.
Yeah. And he's young, right?
Yes, 18 years old.
18. Yeah.
Norwegian. Apparently already started for the Norwegian national team. Plays as a left winger, right winger, or attacking midfielder, or second striker.
I think that's one I'm not even paying attention to at a minute, because apparently even if we do complete the deal, he stays at Bruges anyway. So
yeah. He'll be loaned out like Udoji, I think, until the end of the season before he comes back.
Yeah.
Comes to us, and being 18 years old, if he comes back to us next season, right, will he slot straight into the first team, or will he be back on the bench, or will he be thrown back into the youth, to go through the bases again? So, like what we saw with Ashley Phillips, right? We got him in at 18. We never played him. He was on the bench, but now he's been loaned out to Plymouth.
Yeah. So he had a decent game yesterday as well. From what I'm hearing from the old Green Army.
I think Nusa will be one of those names you always see on the subs bench on the team sheet, but always on the subs bench, and then you get used to just seeing his name. It's a bit like Donnelly, isn't it? That way Donnelly's coming on now, but I think Nusa will be just ahead of that. I think, and obviously because he was signing him. And,
well, you would have thought so, because he's played 4 times for the actual Norwegian national team. So to play that at 18, you're looking at Wayne Rooney levels in Norway. I'm not saying this. So that's pretty special. And I think if we had that much faith in Udogie that we would lend him back, that we wanted to pay that money for him. I think this will be an interesting one if it does happen. But I've also heard that it was a couple of times that it happened, We originally looked at Brendan Johnson at Nottingham Forest, and then we signed Jed Spence. Then we originally looked at who was it? I'm completely lost here. But it was 2 or 3 teams that we looked at someone and then we signed someone else. And in this case, looking at Club Brugge, they were talking about a guy called Xerxes, who apparently has been linked. We were linked with a. That was a Bologna. So that was for the last guy that I was talking about, Chiafuga. So that they reckon we're not interested in him. We're interested in this Dutch bloke who's 22 years old, 6'4". Played for ADO Den Haag, final. And then Bayern München as a youngster, and then started at Bayern München, scored 4 goals in 12 games, and has gone to Bologna and has scored 9 goals in 34 games. So, I'm not too sure about that, but that was just another conspiracy theory that I heard on Spurs Community.
We always do that, right? Like what you're saying, right? Yes, we used to. I'll give you an example, right? We were supposed to go for Kim Min-jae or Skriniar, end up with Joe Rodon. Right? Hey guys, don't laugh, right? Leeds wants Joe Rodon now. You get what I'm saying? So,
well, he's been playing really well. I think he's found his level. I'd always heard he had a lot of attitude problems, which I think players generally do have when they don't play. But when he did play, I don't think that he was
that bad.
I don't know if his attitude affected that, or I don't think he was good enough. But
I think he showed promise. It was just I think what we needed at that time was not what we're ready for now, which is development players coming through and bringing them through. At that time, that's not what we needed. We needed like experience and talent, and we had experience in the form of Dyer, but unfortunately no talent, and that's a frustrating thing. So Rodon, I think, just got what's the farming and that analogy where he got swept away with all the other chaff, unfortunately, and
chaff in the way.
It's I feel bad for him. I think if we still had him, if we'd have kept him, I think he'd be developed enough now where he could easily. We wouldn't need to be looking at Nusa. Sorry, not Nusa, but any Fiore or anything like that. I think he'd be a good squad player, and he'd slot in. Recently he'd have quite a few games under his belt. So
I think he's Ben Davies Mark II. He's solid, but he's not the type of we've got Van der Ven and Romero who love to run forward with the ball. Joe Rodon is an old-fashioned centre back. He's there to boot the ball away or head the ball away.
He's in the right place at the right time.
I don't think he fit in with tactics,
style of play, and all that. Yeah. But I mean, if we can get rid of one player, it'll be one more on the notch, right? Don't forget, guys. Jeff Ganger is coming back too. So.
Oh no, I'm just about to talk about that.
He's not.
About to talk about that. So transfers out. Perisic, Hajduk split, loan with an option. I'd like to talk about that a little bit more. He's obviously still got this cruciate ACL or something injury. He's out until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's moved back to his old club.
Yeah, he started off there, didn't he?
Yeah. And he is taking €1 a week wages until he's fit, and then Spurs will let him go on a free, and he will sign for Hajduk split then
on a 1-year deal. Yeah, that's
I think
he's 36 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry,
he's gone back home. No, Perisic, right? I think his contract ends next summer, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't make any difference, right? Whether he's not playing for us, he'll go on a free, and he'll go back home to where he started, right? So it's all a good ending story for him.
He did. But seriously, €1 a week? Have you ever heard a Premiership footballer say, "I'll play for €1 a week"? That shows what
he ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Until he comes back to play next season.
But he could stay at Tottenham and still be earning probably about 70,000 a week.
No, that's a good deal for Levy, right? So you're saving some money there. So.
I'm just trying to say to Eugene that it seems really kind of impressive.
He's a decent guy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's impressive at all. It's all they've said to him, because he's like, from his point of view, he's like, I'm never going to play for Spurs again. I'm 36 years old, and I want to see out my time, back home. But Hajduk Split have said, like, oh, sorry, but you're 36 with an ACL. Give us a reason to take you. And he'd be like, oh, I'll play for nothing. I'll come on your books, get me on your books for nothing till I'm better. Then I'll have my swan song season. And they're like,
I have never met such a bunch of cynical assholes in my whole life.
It's true. I mean, look, how do you split the top of the league, right? So they're like, you know, it's not like
they're always top of the league.
It's not like they're desperate for.
What Jens is saying, right? Why didn't he move to Saudi Arabia?
No, but just saying, he could have sat on our physio's table for the rest of his time.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We are getting them out. Look at this month. We're getting those out. Those players we're getting out. Yeah, we're clearing shit.
Yeah, we're saving wages. Right? That's the most important thing. So.
But okay, next one up, Tanganga. He's gone to Millwall on loan. He was at Augsburg for most of the season. Didn't make one appearance. He came on as a substitute yesterday. Didn't have a particularly good game, but it'd be nice to see him get back into football because when he started at Spurs, he looked like the next best or the next bright thing. I remember him playing right back against Liverpool at one of the 3 or 4 games that I've been to at the new stadium, and he had can't remember, I think it was Firmino or someone in his pocket. He was absolutely brilliant.
Is that his name?
Next game, he was played in central defence. Next game, he was played at left back. Then he got loads of injuries. I think he's still a decent player, but he needs to decide where he wants to play. He played central defence against QPR yesterday, and they lost 2-0.
They lost 2-0 to QPR.
They lost 2-0 to QPR. Yeah, QPR are terrible. But then again, so are Millwall. But
yeah, it's not as if even if he put the plug in, is it? When he came on, I think in the 70th minute or close to that. And then QPR scored in the 84th. So it's not like, I really feel for him. He is a good player. We've seen good in him, even at Spurs. And even at this top level. So we know he's capable of it. It's like you say, Jens, I think he's been displaced up till now. You know, he's 24 now, so he should be coming to the peak of his career. And I really hope he finds somewhere. I don't think it will be Millwall. I really hope he finds somewhere that you know he really shines because he's a decent player. It's a shame if he
doesn't.
A nice lad as well, apparently.
Yeah. But guys, at this moment, right, with the type of defenders that we're bringing in, right, he ain't playing for us anymore. That's how I see it. He ain't going to play for us. Number one. Number two is that if he was able or capable of doing the Ange style of football, most probably he would stayed on. You know, Ange would have used him, but I guess he ain't. So
not fast enough.
The worrying thing about it, again, looking from a future point of view, it's like Tanganga was an academy player, came through the academy. What does that say to the other academy players that are coming through and some of which we see on the bench?
Donnelly, Dorrington, Santiago, all of those are getting on the bench at the moment. So
then they must be looking at that thinking, oh man, like, is that going to happen to us?
Well, if you try hard enough, I mean, it does. It's all about, you know, if you get injuries, what can you say? That's not the club's fault, is it? It's
well, we do have a crap medical team.
Sorry?
We do have a crap medical team, so it kind of is our fault in a way after the fact.
Yeah. No, but guys, it's true, right? As I see it, at this moment in time, we are building for next season. You get what I'm saying? We are seeing all the pieces falling into place, right? With all the transfers that is coming in and the transfers that we need to get rid of, right? You're talking about the biggest one on my mind now is, you know, Ndombele. Why is he coming back? Galatasaray doesn't want him. We've seen pictures of him looking like a veteran player. You know, he looks like a 40-year-old player playing in the Turkish league.
He strikes me as the kind of person that the only reason we haven't got rid of him is because he's got some frigging hotshot lawyer He's whacking all sorts of technicalities at our lawyers and stuff and just being an arsehole about it.
I think it's just his wages that nobody can meet the wages. If he was getting wages like 50K a week, then maybe he would be gone. But the problem is he's getting 200K a week with us. Right?
Jesus.
When does it run out? 2026, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's 26.
Or is it this year? I can't remember.
I think it's either 26 or this year.
There's got to be a loophole somewhere.
I saw some pictures the other day of him playing for Galatasaray don't know what kind of game it was, but seriously, it looked like he had a bigger belly than I do.
No, that's what I'm saying. He looks like all the retired players playing a friendly.
Yeah. But this is the thing I don't understand. You assume that if you play football and you play at that level, that is your dream. You've worked hard towards that. And Ndombele must have worked hard towards that because it wasn't handed to him on a silver platter. That was his dream. He went in there. But now what has happened? I don't think that it's because the guy is lazy. He has played some brilliant football in the last few years. Before he joined Tottenham, he was a brilliant player. There were warning signs that he was a little bit lazy. Yeah, but now it just seems like he's given up. Do you not think that's a mental problem rather than a physical problem?
To tell the truth, right? Whether it's mental or physical, right? That's one thing that you have to settle it for yourself. You're talking players like look at Paul Pogba, the amount of what call expectations on him and what he's done and what he's become now, right? It's such a shock, right? Ndombele, I think when he joined us at the salary rate of 200K per week, I think that went to his head, and that's when he think that I reached the level. But the problem is that when you reach that level and not wanting to go to the next level, that's when everything goes downhill. So you lose your fitness, you lose your discipline on food, right?
I also think he needs a manager. I also think he needs a manager who's going to say, "Come on, let's do this," rather than a manager like Mourinho who says, "Oh yeah, he eats 25 McDonald's a day," and calls him out in front of the public. I think he needs someone like Pochettino put an arm around him and say, "Come on, let's go." Don't put it out in the press. Now, I'm not defending him. I think he's a fucking waste of space. He's a fucking waste of money. Massive waste of money. The worst signing I think we've ever made for that amount of money. But I'm sorry, it's not just that he's a lazy fucker. There's something else there. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a sense of entitlement, maybe,
possibly.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, speaking of transfers out, by the way, special mention to Mourinho, who got sacked this week.
Guys, don't worry. He'll be back at Newcastle very soon.
Right. Why would you want to? His way of managing is outdated. I mean, if it's outdated for the Italian league, it's outdated. I mean, they've been stuck in the Stone Ages for years with their defensive.
But no matter how outdated he is, right? He's still won Roma a cup.
Yeah, job. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a national team that will throw millions at him somewhere like Qatar.
Yeah, he's off to Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, somewhere like that. Yeah.
Maybe he'll do.
Anyway,
maybe he'll end up in Malaysia, right? So I don't.
Oh, really? Well, you never know. You could be playing centre forward next week, Eugene. Okay, Divine gone to Plymouth. That was a bit of a surprise that he was recalled from Port Vale and has now gone to Plymouth. He started yesterday with Ashley Phillips as well, and got an assist as well, and had a rating of around about 7.6. Now I think this boy is going to be, if he continues the way that he's going, he's going to be a mainstay in our central midfield within the next couple of years. He looks like he's got real vision. I'm not going to compare him to Hoddle like the rest of them do, because there's no one ever, maybe Gaza, could compare to Hoddle. But yeah, I'm sorry, there's no Tottenham player ever that could compare to Hoddle. So
a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Why he's gone from Port Vale to Plymouth?
He's gone up a division. He's gone up a division. So
he's gone up a division. Yeah, fair enough. But at Port Vale, he was 3 goals in 26 appearances. So I'm not convinced on the return. But
I don't think he's much of a goal scorer. He's more of a
creator.
Yeah, more creative. Yeah. But again,
but guys, honestly, right? All of our youth development players, right? They need to play. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter whether they perform or don't perform. They need to be on that pitch, running up and down for the 90 minutes every week. So that builds up their confidence, right? That builds up their stamina. And of course, get kicked around in the lower leagues. That's the most important thing. Strengthen your bone muscles and the mass and all that shit. Right. So
get an ACL for the rest of your life. Yeah, you can't play.
Getting ACL and then recover from it. No, but what I'm saying, our youth players can't get a chance to get into our main top 11 at this time of the moment where what Ange is doing, right? With all the players at Divine and these guys, right, they need to go out and play. If they don't go out and play, they won't get a chance to perform. We can't even judge where they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if they go out and play, I'll be very happy, right? It doesn't matter whether they're on loan. It doesn't matter if the team loses, right? It is the most important thing when they go out and play for the team that they're on loan for, right? They give their all, right, to show that they have that mentality to go forward. It's the development part of the stage, right? So exactly. I don't know. You're saying from Port Vale is League 2, right? Or League 1?
No, they're League 1.
Yeah.
Port Vale is now it's in the championship. So
now he's gone up one more level to the championship. So yeah, it's a progression. Hopefully, by next season.
Historically, when you look at the amount of loans he's had, next season should be his breakthrough season in terms of our first team. So when he comes back, they'll see.
I think Harry Kane had what? Divine's had. Yeah. That was his last. That was his first. Harry Kane had like 3 or 5 or 6.
Leighton Orient,
Millwall, Norwich, Watford. No, it wasn't Watford. Sorry, that was Andros Townsend.
Was it
Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah, so maybe it was 4 or 5, but no, I think if Plymouth stay in the championship and he's enjoying it there, then why not extend it till next season? But then again, it's definitely early days, so we'll see.
Oh, guys, I got to tell you this, right? When we had that meet and greet with Berbatov, what Berbatov said that I left for United. That's how Harry Kane got his chance. If I stayed on, right, you guys would never seen Harry Kane.
What?
It could have been true.
Absolute bollocks.
What a twat.
But then again, I love the way that Berbatov played. The way that he was so cool.
Magical. I would say,
his ball skills were. I mean, it was unbelievable, isn't it? Some of the against Chelsea in that final, that penalty was just like straight up, put it in. And he ran up to the line and he thought, should I go mental? And he was like, nah, you're right. Just so cool.
Yeah, but he just didn't do it often enough. That's the problem.
Oh, seriously? No, I thought Berbatov was brilliant. One of the best strikers we've had in the last 20 years, I think. I'd rate him in the top 3, probably second after Harry Kane. No, sorry. Yeah, Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah.
But I thought he was brilliant.
Not Jurgen Klinsmann?
Oh, guys, Jurgen
Klinsmann wasn't there in the last 20 years, was he? But then again, neither was Berbatov. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah. 20 years. Guys, no, Berbatov was there.
Yeah, 20 years ago, was there.
Was he?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. 2008.
We won the League Cup in 2008, didn't we? So Berbatov was there.
The last cup that we won, and he's the one. Part of it.
Yeah. No. So I'd say Harry Kane. Oh, that's actually a bit of a toss-up now, isn't it? Harry Kane, Robbie Keane, Dimitar Berbatov, and Jermaine Defoe. And obviously, what's his name? Mido. Sorry.
Obviously.
Yeah, luckily you didn't mention Jensen, right?
Nate Spurs says, what up, players? All good, bruv? Bruv, how are you? You all right? Nice to see. Are you in Thailand or are you elsewhere? China? This guy travels everywhere. He's based in Bath, but the guy goes everywhere. Massive Spurs fan.
Let me know whenever you're in Malaysia, right? Maybe we can.
Oh yeah. If you're ever in Malaysia,
look.
Have a word with Eugene. He'd love to introduce you to all the Malaysia Spurs.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Reggie. Last of all, Reggie to Brentford on loan.
Did he play last night? No, he didn't play last night. Right?
He's in Thailand a week tomorrow. There's
Yeah.
Enjoy, mate. Saudi cap or whatever they say. Yeah, he played last night. Came on at some point in the second half, I believe.
Yeah. And Brentford won 3-2, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah, with the wonderful Mr. Tony, as far as I can see, massively cheating.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
God.
If you want to discuss that, guys, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I just.
It's ironic, isn't it? Like he comes back.
Did you see it? Did you see it, Eugene? Eugene, did you see it? No. Okay, Simon, explain.
Sorry. Basically, twice he's moved the ball from where the ref put it from the free kick to begin with, which is a big no-no. Fuck knows what the linesman was doing. And then he he's kind of like wiping away, you know, when the ref squirts the foam down for the limit for where the ball's got to be. He just moves that as well. He just rubs that out. And
he moved it over, so it was on the wall. Yeah. So he was able to curl it. I'm just smashing up my daughter's Barbie thingy. He was able to curl it around the wall into the bottom corner.
Yeah. It shouldn't have been allowed. Simple as that. It's cheating. Simple as that.
But guys, to tell the truth, right? Yeah. Let me know, right? To tell the truth, right? If we did that and we scored a goal, right, it would be brilliant.
Very true. Very true indeed. Very, very true.
Just as long as he doesn't do it to us, then it's okay, right?
Yeah.
And if he does it for us, then
we're lucky to get away with that. But you know.
But to tell the truth, right? That free kick, you're talking about the first goal that he scored, right? That free kick, right? The defender, instead of jumping out, he jumped in. He gave it more space to curl in.
Yeah.
You're talking the first goal, yeah.
But going back to Region, as far as I understand, they've not taken the option to buy at the end of the loan. Is that right?
I'm not sure about the deal with.
I haven't got a clue. Sorry.
Yeah. Normally, obviously, with all these others that have gone out, there's the option to buy at the end of the season, that kind of thing. Not with Region for some reason. At Brentford. So
how long does he have to stay? I think Reguilon's contract ends quite soon, right? It's either this summer or next summer. Maybe that's why there's no option to buy.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe there's no option to buy because of that. Because by the time next summer comes, he's a free agent, or the next following summer. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I like Region. I think he's a decent player. I think he's
he can't defend.
It's a bit like
2020.
Signed 4 years contract, 5 years contract, so you're more around next year, this year or next year, right? This summer coming up. No, but the thing with Reguilon, right? He can go forward, but he can't defend. That's what we were afraid of Porro. Remember when he first started with us, he can go forward, but he can't defend. But at least he's proven himself this season he can defend.
It's on a 5-year deal.
5-year deal. So 2025 he'll be gone. So one more season. Maybe that's why the option is not there.
It's in September. So 5-year deal.
So next season will be crucial for him then, because obviously thinking ahead, they're thinking maybe it's us that are saying to Brentford, you're not getting the option to buy because we want him back. He's going to slot in. Yeah. That's his chance then to say, right, your contract's coming up. Let's see how you get on and whether we're actually going to extend that or not, or renew that or not. And it all depends on next season, maybe.
He plays left wing back or right wing back?
Left wing back.
No, he's left back. He's not a wing back. He's
not even a wing back.
He's a wing back. Sorry, he's a wing back. He's not a left back.
He can't be a left back. He can't defend. Yeah. No, guys, to tell the truth, right? Wouldn't he have come in for at least a Udogie sub or a spare?
Yeah, but Udogie can defend and attack, whereas Reguilon can only really attack. So
I mean, if you needed him, right, he would have been the backup for Udogie. The thing is, the problem is that I don't think Ange wants him. That's why he's always been loaned.
No, I think well, to be honest, I'm not sure if Ange wants Sessegnon or Reguilon. Yeah. I mean, who would you choose between Sessegnon and Reguilon as backup?
Oh, Reguilon all the way.
Yeah, same here.
I would choose Ben Davis.
Hey, watch it boil.
That's true, right? Yeah. Would you, like you said, would you choose Reguilon or Sessegnon, right? anytime, any day, we all take Reguilon, right? Because Sessegnon, you know that, right? When he gets on the field and he has to play edge ball, right? Running up and down, I think within the next 10 seconds or so, when he runs up and down, he'll be injured again.
Yeah. 100%.
It's painful. It is painful.
Speaking of staying on the subject of transfer rumors, I don't know if it's the last one or not, but I'm gonna say that it's a no on the Conor Gallagher thing. I'm predicting it now.
Yeah, I think what I try and do, Simon, is I just do the new ones each week. So I think we had Conor Gallagher a while ago. I don't think
he ain't coming. I think he's already said he isn't coming in this January transfer window or something like that.
He's too expensive. He's too expensive, and I don't think he's good enough. And also, Chelsea will not sell him to us. Why would they? They never have done. They never will do.
Yeah.
So I don't think. But I'd like to say something just before we go on to the Man City game. A lot of things that I've heard recently, which I find kind of difficult to believe, but the Johnson hate.
Well, I'm not on Twitter, so I don't get any of that. I don't see any of that.
Did I actually do that last week? Can't remember.
You mentioned it last week, yeah.
Yeah, I might have done. I do not understand how many people are hating on this guy. To be honest, he's been here since the summer. He didn't have a pre-season. He's had 5 assists and goals since he's been here, which is actually better than Heung-min Song's first season with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yet everybody is hating. Well, not everybody, but I'm seeing an awful lot of hate about the guy. Now,
what reasons are they given?
He hasn't scored a hat-trick every single game. It's you know Twitter. Well, you don't know Twitter because you're not on it.
I know Twitter, yeah. But yeah, it's to tell the truth, right? The Johnson hate, to tell the truth. I don't know why fans like to hate players, right? The thing is that I think it's PTSD, number one, the price we paid for him, number two, and there's so many chances that he should have scored, he didn't. So I guess that's why the hate is there. But to tell you, do you feel disappointed in Johnson?
Not really. Probably Man United game I did, because he just looked a bit out of sorts. I don't think he's not quite there. It's like at the minute he's like a jigsaw puzzle that just doesn't quite fit in. It looks good if you kind of force it in, it looks good and it's part of the overall picture. But actually, if you look at a jigsaw eye level, there's a little bit sticking out. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, But I think he'll get there. It's very early days still, and I think he'll get there. I think he looks good. Remember that start he had? The thing is, it's an attitude thing. It's almost like the opposite of Ndombele in a way, where Ndombele's impressed straight away with his obviously natural skill, and then deteriorated from there. And his attitude's pretty bad. Whereas Johnson, his attitude straight away is great, and he's got. There is a really good player in there. It's right from the off. I think he gave the assist for Son's goal against. I can't remember what it was now, which game it was, but he really impressed straight away. He's done well every game that I've played him. It's just that with the way that we play, he sometimes makes the wrong decisions. But again, he's really young, so he'll get there. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'd like to say that as well. I think he's learning. He's a really young player. He was here we go with the cliches. He was a big fish in a small pond at Forest. Now, I don't want to slag Forest off here, but he was their best player. Yeah. Now he's come to Spurs, and I'm not saying that we're miles away from Forest, but we have some world-class players. So he's still learning. It's his first season. Look at when Heung-min Song came. I have to say, I was like, this guy's a bit of a waste of money. We spent, what was it, 40 million on him? And he wasn't scoring. I don't think he did many assists. And it was like the first season, I was like, well, what's all this about? Johnson needs to play and get a pre-season in with this Postecoglou team, and I think he can only get better. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Chris Waddle or Jose Dominguez. No, I'm joking.
Well, that's the thing. We just don't know. We don't know. We can't predict the future. We don't know. There's so much potential inside that lad, and he's clearly not unleashed it all yet. So, but even aside from all that, even if he was mediocre, I tell you what, to all the people out on Twitter there, hiding behind your fucking keyboards, that's our fans and not supporters. Why don't you try supporting the fucking team for once? Why don't you try supporting the players? Because I tell you what, I know they get paid a lot, but they put 100% of effort in. If you put as much effort into supporting the team as they did on the pitch, maybe you'd actually have a better life, and you wouldn't have such a loser fucking existence instead of trapping away on Twitter all the time. How about that? There's an idea.
You should. I have to say, Simon, half of the people who were slagging him off on Twitter will actually be Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United fans, 15 or 12-year-olds from other clubs who have created different. But yeah, it's Twitter is a fucking cesspool, but it does make me laugh.
I've heard Forest fans are still a bit bitter, are they?
I don't think they are, because I think he get a decent when he went back there, and then he was booed after.
Other way around. Yeah.
I was it. Okay.
And then when he went off injured, they were clapping him round. Imbecile.
Yeah, I still can't understand that, because I still think he's a young player, and I think if we give him a sorry.
No, I said Forrest got a decent price for him, right? That's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
And for that amount of money we paid for him, right? Coming in this season, we shouldn't hate him, right? It's his first season, number one. Number two is Ange. One thing I like about him, he has the speed going forward, right? The only thing is that he has to buckle down and, try to improve on his shooting abilities, right? Because he gets a lot of chances.
22-year-olds do tend to not be the finished article unless they're like world-class players.
Yeah. But he'll learn. Hopefully he'll learn. Next season, he'll come back stronger. If not, we'll know, because Ange will more or less use him less when the next season comes in, if we do have a replacement for him, right? But at the moment, we have to do with what we have. But what Simon says, don't need to hate people, the players and all that, right? Basically,
unless it's Sol Campbell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Even as bad as Eric Dyer was for us, I never hated the bloke. I just wanted him out of the club. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's probably a nice bloke,
Has he played? Has he played yet? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm literally just like I treat my ex-girlfriends better than I treat the ex-Spurs players like Eric Dyer.
That's too much information, Simon. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Right, next Friday, Spurs versus in the SimonSays Cup. Predicted why is that there? Sorry, just a moment.
Decky is back.
Yeah, it's only like a bug or something. It's just a little illness.
Well, this is just the predicted lineup. It's Friday, so we're going for Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero, Odogi, Skip, Bentancur, Werner, Madison, Kulu, and Richie. What do we think? Will he stick with his 4-2-3-1? Or will he go for the 4-3-3?
I'd like to see Hill in place with Skip there, but apart from that, that's right. I'm predicting now 3-1 win. There you go.
Yeah, you reckon?
They haven't. No, to tell the truth, right? City hasn't actually scored on a home ground in the new stadium, so seeing the lineup, to tell the truth, Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero, Udogi should be a starter. The confirmed starter. Skip, Bentancur, Madison. I see Madison and Bentancur. Yes, Skip still we have the option there whether Højbjerg will play as the holding because we're playing Man City
It's
here.
just predicted. It's not.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. Werner, Kulu, Richie in the center. That might be a very, very promising attacking side.
Yeah.
And if Werner doesn't work out or Decky isn't up to speed, we still have Johnson to come in. That is making me happy because it shows we got squad depth, right? And give us an option to play around with. The way I see MCT is coming in now, right? If they play their full squad, full strength team, right, it's not going to be easy for us because we haven't played them. Have we played them, MCT, at the moment?
Yeah.
I mean, what was it? 2-2, wasn't it?
3-3. Yeah.
3-3. Sorry. Yeah. 3-3.
We played them at home, right? 3-3.
No, we drew away 3-3. Kulu, last minute.
Yeah. We drew them away this season 3-3, right? So, and that time they were a weakened team without KDB, strength and all that. So I would consider them a weakened team, right? But this, if they come in full strength, it will be a test for us because, guys, we do play that high line, right? So let's see whether Ange will do a bit of adjustment. It might end up like you say, Jens. It could be a 4-3-3 in the end instead of 4-2-3-1. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So be more defensive, help out, strengthen up the midfield, right? And with the inverted fullbacks that we have, so most probably we'll end up with 5 midfielders coming in to cover up. I like it. Yeah.
Do you think they'll play full strength though?
I think
because it's the FA Cup and they still want to win the league, and obviously they still want to go for retaining the Champions League. I know we say this every year, but that's the thing. They've got such a big squad; they can pretty much play full strength every time.
They should play the full. I mean, they're the strongest team because they've been on what call. They haven't played in like 2 weeks, right? So they need to get the players on, and we haven't played 2 weeks, so it's more or less an equal standing. The full team should come in because, to tell the truth, they're out of the Carabao Cup, right? So the League Cup, they're out. So the FA Cup could be one of the targets they're going for. We never know. But MCT goes for all their targets. That's how I see it. They won't let it go, right? And no matter how you switch, their squad depth is 100 times better than ours. So yeah,
I wouldn't say 100 times, but yeah, they are better. They are better.
Yeah.
But
10 times better than us.
Yeah. Can I just say, Friday night, 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, but that is absolutely unbelievable. Even for Spurs fans who live in the Midlands or live up north. I mean, the last train goes, if you want to go to Manchester or you want to go to Newcastle or something, the last train goes from King's Cross or wherever it is at around about 11 o'clock. You're playing at 8 o'clock. Yeah, it's kind of difficult often when you're coming out of the ground to get on the train. Or you have to walk 20 minutes to Seven Sisters, and then there's queues.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The thing I like about this lineup, though, when you look at it, if it is what we obviously predicted there, you've got 2 players there that will be gagging to score, like straining at the leash, which is obviously Timo Werner, first home game, considering the good start he's had. He'll be encouraged by that, and he'll be looking to get on the score sheet, secure his place before Son comes back. You've got Kulu, who's had a rest and will obviously be pissed off about not playing, especially against Man United, where I think if we had him, we'd have won what my prediction was, 4-2. He'll be looking to come back. And Richie's got a lot of fucking catching up to do, a lot of making up to do to us because he's missed so many more than he's scored. And I think with Vino, when you picture it with Vino and Kulu, like either side of you, providing it, and all you have to do is just like tap it in the middle. He's been there before, right in front of goal, and missed headers and sitters and all sorts. But you can't not score with that kind of service either side of you. It's gonna be brilliant.
That's true. That's true. But like I said, right, it's a Friday night. Sometimes I don't even understand how we got that kind of fixture, right? Friday night, 8 a.m. UK time, 4 a.m. Malaysian time.
8 p.m., 4 p.m., 4 a.m.
4 a.m. my time.
It's ridiculous. It's all about the Sky money. This is the big problem. And I also don't understand that either because they want to make money out of the Asian market as well. So why are they playing it then? I'm surprised they're not playing at 8 o'clock in the morning over here.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Yeah, but it's the FA Cup. It's you know,
it was a joke.
Chucking the Premier League at the Asian market, aren't they? That's all they're interested in.
It's true, right? The FA Cup has got more, I think, how to say, more clout in the Asian market because we have watched the FA Cup for a
It's
long
the SimonSays Cup. It is the SimonSays Cup.
I think it doesn't matter if you put it at 8 p.m. UK time, right? If you're a true fan, you wake up at 4 a.m. wherever you are in the world just to watch the game. It doesn't matter. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that, like what you guys said, it makes it, I think it benefits London more if you do that because the fans who come to London, who watch the game, right, will have to stay the night.
Yeah.
You will have to book a hotel. So it's money again, tourism.
Yeah, but that's also a problem because, you know, normal football fans can't afford to book a hotel, or years ago they couldn't afford to book a hotel. They'd come down and they'd sleep in the station if they had to. And I just think I think it's all to do with making money, and all these fair weather fans who are like, oh, we could go to the football on Friday, and then we'll go to Wimbledon on Saturday, and you know,
exactly.
Bravo! Yeah,
lovely. Harry, what did he do then?
Yes.
Reginald, what's that called? What he did there? What's that called, Reginald? What's that? Oh, lovely. Bravo. Encore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's all about the money. All right, we know.
It is. It's all for the money. Yeah. Anyway. Okay then, guys. Any other business or plugs?
Yeah, just want to say a massive well done to our Sonny. For the 7th time in a row, he's been awarded the best footballer in Asia. Predictable, really. You could have put your mortgage on it, couldn't you, really? But nice one, Sonny. Nice one, son. Yeah, well, I think I can't see him not getting double figures on that award, to be honest. I don't know.
Right, he still stays on the Spurs, right?
Unless Itakuru comes on that rumor, and then we develop him, and then
no, he's 26 years old. I don't think that's not gonna happen. Endo or whatever his name was probably should have won it a couple of times. But
yeah, but the thing is that I don't know. All I can say is that Thursday I'll be doing the watch along for Malaysia versus South Korea for the for the Asian Cup.
What time is that? What time is that?
That will be 7:30 p.m. Malaysian time, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, so midday our time.
Yeah, midday your time. So
who are you going to be cheering on?
Sorry?
Who are you going to be cheering on, Eugene?
At the moment, I'll be cheering on. No, I'll be cheering on Sony. That's all.
What?
Oh, I've given up on Malaysia. Malaysia shit. Yeah, losing to Jordan, right? And losing to Bahrain last night in the 95th minute, you know. So we ain't gonna make it. Yeah. But you never know. It might turn out to be a draw, but I think South Korea needs the points because they only have 4 points. So they'll smash it.
What channel is that on? Can you remind us of your channel, please?
Oh yeah, it's on Spurs Vision TV, guys. I forget to mention my YouTube channel. If you guys are free, join me. I'm trying to get some South Korean fans to join me too, right? And let's see have a good time about it, right? Thursday, I think it'll be 11:30 your time. The match starts 11:30 a.m. your guys, yeah. Okay. 7, yeah, more or less.
Can you not tell them to change it over to Friday, because I think I'm kind of on a day off on Friday. So any other business? I'd like to say congratulations to Toby Alderweireld, who has won Belgian Footballer of the Year in the Belgian team, in the Belgian league this last week.
Big up.
And that was, I saw that on Twitter and I was like, I'm sure he could still do a job for us. Or he could have a couple of seasons ago before we sold him. And we kept Eric Dyer, but no, we sold him. I don't have any more plugs apart from if you're watching, please tell your friends to log on to YouTube, have a look at our channel, like and subscribe. We only have 50. Oh, we got 58 subscribers now. Been going for about a year and a half. I think we should probably have more, but yeah. But thank you very much, everybody. Simon, do you have anything?
No, I'm good. All good.
You're all good.
All good.
Okay, thank you very much, chaps. Come on, you Spurs, and fuck off, you Arsenal. You know what I mean.
Leave me out.